This is January the 31st, 2024, and I am interviewing a distinguished educator in Birmingham, Mr. Charles Whatley. Mr. Whatley is a distinguished individual whose journey has been marked by a commitment to education, community service, and social activism. Born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama, he began his educational journey at Sandusky Elementary School,
My Negroes.
where he laid the foundation for his future endeavors. Continuing his academic pursuits, Mr. Whatley graduated from Western Olin High School, a crucial step towards his lifelong dedication to learning.
Mm-hmm.
Embracing the value of higher education, Mr. Charles Whatley attended Miles College, contributing to his intellectual growth and establishing connections that would shape his career. Furthering his academic achievements, he pursued studies at Montevallo University and the University of Alabama at Birmingham, solidifying a robust educational background. Mr. Whatley actively engaged in various organizations, embodying a spirit of service and leadership. He participated in the Boy Scouts, instilling principles of discipline and teamwork. His commitment to shaping young lives extended to coaching football at Brighton High School, leaving a lasting impact on aspiring athletes. A pivotal chapter in Mr. Whatley's life unfolded when he served as a U.S. Army medic, showcasing his dedication to the well-being of others. Subsequently, he contributed to the healthcare sector as a university hospital orderly at UAB, exemplifying his multifaceted skills and versatility. His spiritual journey led him to become a member and deacon of 6th Avenue Baptist Church, which is now located in Titusville, where he played an active role in fostering a sense of community and spiritual growth. As a member of the Alabama Teachers Association and a past president of the Miles College alumni, Mr. Whatley demonstrated his commitment to education and the betterment of educational institutions. Mr. Whatley's teaching career is characterized by a diverse and impactful trajectory. He shared his knowledge and guidance at Brighton High School, Berry High School, Jones Valley Middle School, and A.H. Parker High School, where he assumed the role of lead counselor. Additionally, his involvement in the Miles College Upward Bound program contributed to the academic development of students. Beyond the realms of education, Mr. Whatley ventured into the insurance industry, dedicated over 30 years of service with Pri America. His contributions in this field reflected his business acumen and commitment to financial well-being. Okay, so we would like to welcome Mr. Charles Whatley.
That's good. That sounds good.
Well, thank you. Oh, Mr. Whatley, I'm going to start off talking about your early life.
Yeah.
And now, where did you actually grow up, and where were you raised?
In a place called Sandusky. I attended Sandusky Elementary School for Negroes.
Okay.
School's still sitting there, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now, where is Sandusky? Is it?
In the Pratt City area.
Oh,
Just say in the Pratt City area. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's where it is. It's located. It's up on the hill called Nolan Hill.
Okay. Now, what were your parents' names?
Geraldine Whatley and Burl Whatley.
Okay. Now, what did they do for a living?
Nothing. My parents were not educators or anything like that. If you're driving at that, they didn't have any formal education. My mother finished high school, but I don't think my dad. He worked at TCI,
Okay.
U.S. Steel for 1,000 years.
Wow.
A long time. No, it was a long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And was your mama like a housewife or something?
Yeah, housewife.
Was it many kids? Did y'all?
7 kids. There were 7 kids.
7 kids. How many girls? How many boys?
6 or 7 boys. 6 boys. 7 boys, and how many girls? I think it was 7 boys.
Okay. All right. Now, what are some of the fondest memories that you have of growing up in Sandusky or wherever else you might have lived? What do you remember most about those days that you feel good about?
I think feel good about all of it, really. We didn't have everything in the neighborhood. We were not poor and we were not rich, but we made it.
Yeah.
And we moved along and progressed. And when I got out of later in life, I started working at the University Hospital over there as an orderly, making good. Back then, that was good money, making $35 or $40 a week.
Yeah. So now after you came out, you graduated from Sandusky High School.
Sandusky Elementary School.
And where did you graduate from high school?
Jackson Northern High School,
Okay.
home of the Mustangs.
Okay. Now what year? You remember?
60. Well, 64, 65. How many years you graduated from high school? Shit, I don't know.
It was early 60s.
It was the early 60s I graduated.
Now, were you drafted into the military?
I was drafted into the military. I didn't have anything set on going to school, so I just went on in the military, really.
So you like enlisted?
I enlisted in the military and joined the military and stayed in the military, and that was it, really. And did well.
Yeah. Now, where were you stationed?
Fort Carson, Colorado.
Okay. So they didn't ship you overseas?
No, I never went overseas.
Was this before Korea or Korea?
This was really before Vietnam.
And after
and on the wedge on the epicenter of Vietnam.
Right.
Vietnam hadn't gotten hot then. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
It was still in its infancy.
Right.
Vietnam was still a baby.
So where did you use your medic skills? Were on a stateside?
In the military. When I got in the military, I think I just applied for it and ended up becoming a medic in the military.
Okay. Now, how long were you in the military? How long were you in?
How long I got?
2 or 3?
I got 4 or 5. I got about 6, 7 years in them.
Okay. All right. So after you got out, you went and got a college degree. After you got out.
No, I had a degree when I went in the military. I had a degree already.
That was from.
I was educated already when I went in the Army.
Now that was from. Where'd you get that degree from?
I had graduated from. I graduated from Montebello. I think I graduated from Montebello. I had a master's degree, I think, when I went in the military.
Now didn't you graduate?
Which is unusual.
Yeah. Now didn't you graduate from Miles College for your BA?
I graduated from undergraduate school.
Yeah.
Undergrad school, I got a BA from Miles, and then later on I got another degree from University of Montebello.
Okay. And what was that degree in?
Counseling.
Okay. And the Miles degree, what was that in? The Miles College degree?
In education.
Oh, okay.
In education.
Great. Oh, so now, what made you decide to become a teacher?
That's a good question. I have no. You know what? I don't even know. I don't even know. But I've always had interest in kids. Really, that's one thing. Yeah. I've always had a profound interest in children. And so I guess that was one of the precipitating reasons why I became an educator.
Right. Now, I understand that you were actually one of the first teachers, African American teachers, to to teach in the so-called white schools back in 60-some years ago, like Berry High School?
Berry High School was one of the first blacks. Man, that was quite Gavan. You know Mercer Gavan.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Mercer Gavan. There was several blacks on that faculty. Shit.
I think you told me once. How were black teachers received and students received?
Man, we were totally accepted. You know, hell, we raised more academic hell than the whites did. You know,
Yeah.
really, at the time, you know, you would have thought it was a lot of racism, but really, it wasn't really.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Berry High School, that's in Hoover.
Hoover. Mm-hmm. It's still sitting there.
Yeah. Now, what other schools did you teach at?
Parker, Jacksonville. I taught at J.O., Parker, and damn, where else I was working? That's about it, really. Mm-hmm.
Now, at these schools, the very first school that you taught at, high school, was what? What was that?
Parker.
Oh, okay.
Parker. Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you...
And moved around. I moved, because when they started integrating and moving teachers, you know, they won't just start shifting teachers. They didn't give a damn if you were chartreuse or color. They moved you, you know. Mm-hmm. I think I got moved really based upon just the fact that I don't know. They said you got to go Whatley, because they were moving black teachers like left and right.
Right.
I mean, they didn't give a dadgum if you had a major in Singapore English, you know. They were going to move you.
Now, my father was a teacher too, and my mother. Now, he had to teach down in Lowndes County because a lot of black teachers had to teach down in
outside the city.
Yeah, and why was that? I know why. Why was that?
Well, they just sent us to depressed areas. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
but I've known teachers who taught in Lowndes County.
Mm-hmm. And then they would come back home on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know a boy named Big Will Lee?
No.
You don't know Will, because I think Lee taught in Lowndes County. But I know a lot they couldn't get jobs in Birmingham,
right.
So therefore they went to the outside area.
Right. Now, since this story is going to be presented during African American History Month, and I'm going to ask you, since you're an educator, what is in your mind, the importance of education, particularly for black youth? What role does that play for?
Highly necessary. Highly necessary. We need to curb and get rid of the violence and become more focused on the academics.
The city of Birmingham, the civil rights movement started here, basically 1962-63.
Yeah.
And when you were coming up and you were a young man, were you excited about the changes that were about to happen in Birmingham and knowing Birmingham was going to play an important role? Or what did you think about the civil rights movement budding up in Birmingham, Alabama?
I really didn't focus too much on that. Mm-hmm. Hell, I just went to school and got my lesson and did what was right, and that was it, really.
So you didn't necessarily participate in the demonstration?
Yeah, I went to jail 2 or 3 times.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember? Were you down there when they had the fire hoses?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the police dogs? Yeah.
And all that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
down there with Calvin Woods and Abraham Woods and all them guys.
So how has Birmingham changed, in your opinion, since then?
Birmingham is a different city now.
And why is that?
Totally different. In the sense that they have moved from a point of segregation and segregation now and all that stuff to a time, I think they look at you more or less not as an individual now. Hmm.
Okay. Now, going back to education, how did you get to be chosen to, quote, integrate some of these schools like Brighton High School?
Bury.
Yeah, how did you happen to be? Did you volunteer? They asked you, or what?
I think they just went on and drafted us. Hell, we had no choice in that.
Okay.
It says you go and see. I can remember this clearly. A chick named, she's still living now, a white girl named Mary Jane Lysinger. She was supposed to switch positions with me at Brighton, at Berry, and I was supposed to go to her school. She didn't move. She didn't leave the white school. She stayed there.
Really?
I see her now occasionally. And Mary Jane Lysinger.
Okay.
And see, they had the option, not to refuse to become a part of the integration process.
Right. So the black teachers didn't necessarily have that option.
Hell no, you go or you hit the dope.
Now, what fulfillment did you get out of teaching? How many years did you teach anyway?
Shoot, man, a hell of a lot of them. A lot of them. Woo.
Was it 30 years or what?
Oh, I longer than that, man. I stayed in from 65 all the way up. I really just retired in '05.
Really?
My last year.
Now, how did you start selling insurance, life insurance, and
I met a guy named Bo Cummings. You know Bo Cummings?
sounds familiar.
Shit, you Bo. He started the what's that thing? Damn. What's that organization? He's a founder of it. He was an alpha. But he founded that organization. I cannot think of the name of that damn organization. Well, Bo, because I liked him. He was a highly educated guy, graduate of Miles and da da da. But he was a good leader.
And so, what he kind of
He
inspired.
kind of guided me, and he brought me in, man. And here, when I got in there, man, I set the woods on fire, money-wise.
Really?
Man, yeah, my first year, I think, man, I made about $80,000.
Man, that's great money. That was what, like in the 60s or something?
Yeah, I made great money.
Man, but
I broke records.
yeah.
I ended up in what's that thing? I won some award, man, some big award. I ended up walking across the stage in California.
Really?
yeah.
Man. So now, what company was that you first?
That was with Equitable Life Insurance Company.
Okay. Now, you sold life insurance and investment insurance?
Well, all of that's the same thing. It's the same thing. Ain't no different.
Now, where did Primerica?
Primerica, that's the same company.
Same company.
They had different names. Hell, I got 1,000 names for them to come. Primerica and all that stuff.
Well, what fulfillment did you get out of? I'm gonna ask you two questions. What fulfillment did you get out of teaching, and then what fulfillment did you get out of selling life insurance?
Helping people. Simple, helping people.
And that's
That's all you're doing. You're helping people, really.
for both careers.
Right, teaching career and the educational arena. Both of them are jobs where you assist people in development and growth.
So, you had many black customers apparently. You had.
Hell yeah, we had a lot of them. I had a whole slew of them. I got a portfolio of them right now.
Yeah. So now, in Titusville, did you get a good crowd?
You know what? I didn't have a lot of clients in Titusville.
Oh, you didn't.
I sure didn't.
Well, what areas of town did you get a lot of clients?
I think I hit Areasville all over Birmingham, but really, I don't think I ever wrote anybody up here in Titusville.
Really? Okay.
Them Negroes over there didn't buy no insurance.
Did you, let me,
No, they were not necessarily savvy about money. The Titusville crowd.
Now, we noticed that a lot of parts of Titusville, they had well manicured lawns and they tried to
Manicured lawns and everything.
yeah. But it was funny you said that they weren't that concerned.
They were not savvy about money.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay.
I think in those days, but then later on, I think they became more savvy about money.
Yeah.
Mm.
What did you think of Titusville as a community? And just since you didn't actually live there, what did you think of it?
I think I've always felt like it was the middle class for Birmingham, for blacks in Birmingham. Blacks in Birmingham tended always to do well in the Titusville area. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to go to another topic here. When you were teaching, do you remember a favorite class, a student from back during your teaching days that you can still remember even today?
I got a girl right now that works with me on what's that dang thing? Cause I got a health issue. What the damn thing is. And I taught that girl in the eighth grade. And boy, even right now, she comes by Jones Valley right now and give me physical therapy.
Really?
Yeah. And I taught her in about 4th or 5th grade.
Wow.
And boy, and she was amazed at the fact that I can still function. Yeah, what do you expect me to be dead, baby? Boy, that girl was smart as hell, though, boy. She dark skinned girl, but she was smart as hell and well disciplined.
Well disciplined.
But she got a brother ain't worth like my dead brother say. Her brother ain't worth 2 dead flies.
Okay. All right. Well, at least you remember a student from that way back then.
Yeah.
That's
I see her all the time right now. It's not all a week past that I don't see her.
Now, what school did you teach her at?
Well, I had her at Jones Valley.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you know Barbara Wilder?
No, I didn't.
You don't know Barbara Wilder? You don't hardly know nobody, do you? See, Barbara, her son ended up killing her.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
So, Mr. Whatley, I never did say when were you born? When were you actually born?
1969.
Born.
When I was born, when was I born? July 24th, 1964. 64.
What do you mean? Do you mean 44?
64, July the 24th.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. You said, when were you in the Boy Scouts? When you were in high school?
And all the way through high school. It was a standard, man. You had to be in a Boy Scout unit. If you were, look at him. I remember, man, during that period of time, it was segregation, but they would let you integrate the areas and let blacks and whites mix and integrate during that period.
Really?
Yeah. We used to have what they call scoutoramas. Blacks and whites were together. This was back in the 50s.
Really?
50s.
And that's around here in Birmingham.
Yeah, right here in Birmingham. They had the scout troops were integrated there.
Well, I think that's a story a lot of people have never heard of.
Yeah. Highly integrated.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Now, when you, what kind of activities did they do when the Boy Scouts? What kind of things?
Learn how to do tie knots and stuff like that, and doing stuff like that, and tying knots and doing the venture stuff and Boy Scout stuff. There was you know, that boys and would have to would do.
Right. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to. Uh, you were also a deacon at 6th Avenue Baptist Church, which used to be on the south side of Birmingham, but in 1970 it moved to Titusville. Do you remember anything about that? What do you remember why they moved to Titusville? That church?
I didn't know about all this. I didn't know all this.
Yeah.
They moved from where?
It was on the south side of like 6th Avenue South.
Okay.
Up there where Mercy Hospital.
Oh, Couple Green Harbor.
Yeah, Couple Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't even know that. That slipped my mind.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
I can't think of everything.
You're doing very well. So Titusville has always been a nice place.
Affluent area for blacks,
Yeah.
where Negroes made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what else I was going to ask you about. Now, when you started teaching, and forgive me for jumping around, but I'm going to, as these questions come to me, when you first started teaching, you were teaching science or
Science. Yes, I always taught science.
Now, what attracted you to the field of science anyway?
I always had an interest in science. I used to make rockets when I was growing up, man. Bombs and stuff like that. Make rockets and blowing up stuff. Yeah. People kid me about that now, man. Hey, Whatley, you still making them rockets like you make years ago? Yeah, man, I'm still making them things.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Now, I always, when I first met you, I knew that you were in the same fraternity as my dad, Kappa Alpha Psi. He was Nathan Turner also. And I always was impressed by your being so erudite. You know, like you're very well educated and very well spoken. And so how did you groom yourself to be so well spoken? You know, because a lot of people say black people not can't understand what they say.
You know what? I went to an elementary school that stressed proper grammar. Little Sandusky Elementary School for Negroes. But it was a good school for kids who wanted to learn,
Yeah. And so they stress proper grammar.
Proper grammar, proper English, correct speaking. Yeah. Stand up, young man, and deliver. Yeah. But we got a good education in elementary school.
Now, they call it Sandusky School for Negroes.
That was the name of the school. It's still up there. It's still written up there. Sandusky Elementary School for Negroes.
Now, it was at a Sandusky School for white kids.
And then they had one down further, Sandusky Elementary School for whites.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Two separate schools.
Yeah.
Separate but not equal.
Separate but not equal.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, so Birmingham has come a long way, I guess you would say, since the segregation is gone. But what about economics? Seems like the black community is lacking in economic
growth.
Yeah.
We still have not gotten our roots in the financial thing enough, We still lagging behind there.
Is there anything that can be done to correct that? That economic lag?
The lagging of the financial.
Yeah. Financial expertise.
We tend to fear money.
Fear money.
Fear money of investments and things like that. Using money wisely.
Okay. Tell me more about that. A little bit more about since you made a lot of your career on investments, tell me more. What could the black community do to learn to invest more and not be afraid of investment? You spend a lot of time working with investments and stuff. Is there any way we could turn that around where black people would be more comfortable investing? Workshops or educational workshops?
Yeah, it's just gonna have to workshops. You know, teaching us about money, the proper use of money. You know, and no, it's nothing to fear money.
Right. Okay, great. Well, do you have any final thoughts about education or insurance or what? Any final thoughts or tips to young people? Let me put it like that. Any suggestions for a group of young folks, young people trying to make it in today's world where it seems like things are trying to go backwards for the black community, and there's such a backlash against the black community with,
Cut the violence.
What do you say?
Cut the violence.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we become less violent toward one another, and become more loving and kind toward one another. You know.
Yeah. Now, it's almost a cyclical thing. Violence comes from, a structure of poverty, and I mean, I know that's a sociological viewpoint, but I've done stories on it that it's like just like a trap. One generation is just locked into a certain place without any type of inspiration, and then they turn to maybe violence and robbery or whatever gains. So it seems like we need something like a big push by Congress to just focus on that in these cities like Birmingham and Selma. And what do you think about that? If we had like a big doctrine, not a Monroe doctrine, but a big plan to push for
education.
Push for education, the end of violence.
Push for reduction in violence. Because I've been reading the paper here recently. Occasionally I read it. But there's so much violence going on around him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we really appreciate your thoughts, Mr. Charles Whatley. You are valued to the community with your educational interest and insurance interest, and we sure thank you for sitting for this interview for the Titusville Family Harvest Committee.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.